Good evening, everybody. I wanted to follow up on my video from earlier today and yap a little bit about the meaning behind the names and whatnot in my novel. If you enjoy fantasy and romance, give it a look. The Lord and Lady of Darkness is available in ebook and paperback form. This beautiful paperback, as you can see right here. If you would like to check out the summary, it is below and it is on Amazon. The Amazon link is on my profile. It is amazing. So yeah, check that out if you enjoy it. And yeah, so I wanted to yap about the meaning of the names behind my book. I guess a little backstory behind the book, or the story, more or less. It follows Zanaya the poet. She is a tall jacked warrior, but she also has a very calm and timid side, as you'll find out. And she meets King Braxton at the beginning of the novel, and the main journey is them not only falling in love, but saving the kingdom alongside some other companions, one of which is the evil ex of King Braxton, who is a very powerful elf, so they cannot just get rid of her, and she is along on the journey for reasons you'll find out. So I'll stop yapping, I'll get to the point of this video. But yeah, so the main city, or kingdom, whatever you want to refer to it as, is Renkai, which it means your soul in Hausa. I'm not sure how you say that, but in that actual language, it's pronounced Renki, so it's a little different. But the meaning of it is your soul, which it's the main kingdom, so like soul of the main characters and stuff. So that's the meaning behind that. And then Varaya, which is the elven capital, which that's only mentioned like once in the book, I think, something like that, maybe twice. But it's a botanical-related word, which is commonly used in the scientific name of plants. And since it's the elven capital, and the elves in my book are really big on Mother Nature, protecting her and all that, that's where that came from. And then Lavelia is the city Lilith is from, which Lilith is the main antagonist. But this doesn't have like a word meaning, whatever you... I'm not gonna sit here and try to think of the actual word, but but this just comes from the fact that it contains the word lava at the beginning, which is referring to the powerful elves that have always lived there, because elves have fire magic. In this book, that's their main offensive magic. And then Lumwood, which is mentioned once in the book, which is the town Hax and Hooks are from, which doesn't really have too deep of a meaning, just has wood in it because the dwarves are wood crafters, so. And then Lorin, which is the town Ash is from, which she joins the companions a little ways into the book. But this is associated with the Latin word laurus, which means laurel tree or sweet bay tree, which symbolize victory, honor, and achievement, which that just, that is kind of obvious. And then we have this one's good. The neutral kingdom to the north of Renkai is named Lanai, which means heaven in Hawaiian. So it's north, which heaven, north, And it's also a neutral kingdom, so it's even more so peaceful than Renkai at the moment. And Lanai has never been at war, although they have, well, offensively anyway. So, and then the Dwarven Kingdom, which in the book does not have a name, so I haven't came up with that. But this is also not in the book, but they are led by Dwarf King Ruthin, which is short for ruthenium, which is a metal. And apparently, when I looked it up, it's also it says a now archaic term for Eastern Slavs. So that has nothing to do with it, but I have that on this page I'm reading right now. So just as my notes. But yeah, there's not too much about the dwarves within the book. This is just like kind of side stuff I've done with other little like school projects and stuff. So. And then the entire world, it is pronounced Feigrith, which means beauty in Iceland and Old Norse. But hey, that's fire! I can't lie to you, that's fire. But like the O has like a little X above it. It's spelled Fegro, but like it's obviously not English, so But yeah, that's probably the best one. I'm not gonna lie. And then Zanaya, which it means hospitality in Greek, but that's not that's not like major thing behind it, but the real thing is just flower slash bloom in Arabic is what Zanaya means, because flowers have a very big or have lots of symbolism within my book. And then Braxton, which a lot of people might just think this is a play on my name, which partially it is, but it is a combination of meaning badger, which means tough, and then the combination of that and Dawn, which can mean like chief or ruler. So that's why it's deeper than just being a play on my actual name. And then Lilith, which is a name symbolizing like independence, rebellion, etc., etc. And apparently another little thing is Lilith appears in texts outside the biblical canon as the first wife of Adam who refused to be subservient to him, which that isn't the reason I named her Lilith, but that's just a little interesting side note, because she is very powerful. And Delilah, which means delicate or languishing, and is often associated with charm and allure, which I won't spoil it, but there's a big reason. Actually, I'll just spoil it, because it turns out Delilah is a siren, part siren, and she can manipulate people with her charm and allure. That's not too major of a spoiler, because that's towards the very beginning of the book that you find that out. But and then Ash slash Ashley, which is reference to the ash tree, which is a symbol of strength and resilience, and has a uncanny ability to withstand harsh conditions, which, when you find out more about the character Ash in the book, you will find out she has been through quite a lot. And we have Liliana, which is the name of Zanaya's mother, who passed away when she was little, and just her name just means lily and is of Latin origin, and lilies were her favorite flower. So, and then, well, this is a spoiler, but Azalea is the name of Braxton and Zanaya's it's mostly future daughter within the book, but may or may not be born right at the end of the book on the last page, but but it is a beautiful and resilient flower. And Braxton is just basically a play on Braxton, his brother, because my brother's name is Brunt, which is similar to mine. And then the last thing we have is Zora, who is, spoiler alert, a character that gives, I don't know if I want to spoil it, but yeah, if you're this far in the video, yeah. But she is the one who essentially tells Zanaya that she is part harpy and gives her, or helps her sprout her wings from her back. And Zora is of Slavic origin and primarily means dawn or sunrise, symbolizing new beginnings and hope, which, as you can see, Zanaya getting her wings is a new beginning, which that's why her name is Zora. And that's my long rambling 8.5 minute video. Hope you're all doing well. If anybody watched all this till the end, much love to you. Even if you only watched a second, still much love. And we out.